What is up, Baltimore Ravens fans? IndyCar Tim here with the Baltimore Ravens Daily Blitz right here on FanStream Sports. Welcome into the program. Welcome into the network. FanStreamSports.com, the FanStream Sports mobile app. You can find the podcast, any of your favorite podcast apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just wherever you go, listen to podcasts. Go make sure you subscribe. Leave us a great rating. We appreciate that very much. That helps other Ravens fans find the show and enjoy the great content here. Also, make sure you subscribe to the FanStream Sports TV YouTube channel, FanStream Sports DSP Media. Click that bell so you get notifications when we drop these great episodes for you all throughout the 2024 season. Speaking of which, the Ravens did not get off to the greatest start, at least on the scoreboard on Friday, with the 16-13 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. But that's not really what preseason's about. Wins and losses, totally irrelevant. I mean, they're nice, I guess, bragging rights for fans, but for professional athletes who walk off the field with a win, I guess it feels better for them and the coaching staff. But really, in the grand scheme of things, it means absolutely nothing. Because what teams are looking for in the preseason are continuity, effort, player evaluation, scheme efficiency, especially where we're talking about the Ravens, because with a brand new defensive coordinator and for the most part a new defensive scheme with Zach Orr replacing Mike McDonald, lots of things to look for. And I thought for the most part the Ravens played well where you needed to see them play well. But of course, there are going to be areas that need tremendous improvement. And some of that tremendous improvement will only come when you get your starters back on the field. Clearly, none of the Ravens' big names that you're used to seeing in Ravens uniforms took the field on Friday, and that's okay. They didn't need to. Look for more starters to play, as John Harbaugh has indicated, maybe through as the preseason progresses here. And don't forget, there's only 3 preseason games, so there's only 2 more chances to get guys involved. Normally that happens on the 3rd preseason game, or used to be the 4th, but now the last preseason game is the 3rd. But some things that I noted I wanted to impart here on the show as we get the Ravens Daily Blitz going back up for 2024. One of the biggest things I was looking at was rookie cornerback Nate Wiggins. This is a guy, when they drafted him in the first round, number 30 overall, I thought immediately that, man, this guy probably will fit right into the defensive scheme of the Ravens. He's a physical corner, and that is all things that the Ravens look for in a cornerback. And I thought he did just that. He had 3 passes defended on the game's opening drive. Clearly, the Eagles were targeting him. He excelled in man coverage, which, again, that's another staple sort of a Ravens defense, especially at corner, the ability to cover man-to-man. Now, he did get injured a little bit during a tackle. He hurt his shoulder and left the game, but he is not expected to be out long-term. It's just a shoulder sprain, nothing more serious than that. A little bit scary when it first happened. But overall, I thought Nate Wiggins showed why the Ravens took him with a first-round pick. So exciting news there. Looking at the offensive line, of course, the Ravens lost 3 starters along the offensive line, and those positions clearly need to be replaced. And there's going to be battles all throughout training camp, all throughout the preseason for starting offensive line positions. Roger Rosengarten and Andrew Voorhees, I thought, looked really, really good. They had solid performances, and they kind of need to. Of course, Rosengarten, the second-round rookie tackle. Andrew Voorhees, the second-year guard from last year's draft. Especially Voorhees, he's progressed nicely in the year that he's been here. I think he's got good things coming for the Ravens. Look for him to earn a starting spot. If not this offseason, this preseason, I think it's coming for him very soon. Ben Cleveland also turned in a very, very stable performance for the Ravens along the offensive line. As a group, they only allowed 3 sacks and opened holes to the way of 82 rushing yards. So, yes, I know they're playing against second and third team Philadelphia Eagles, but any news there in preseason game 1 is positive news as far as performance goes. Trenton Simpson, who's now your guy on defense. He is your signal caller on defense. Patrick Queen, of course, has gone off to the hated Pittsburgh Steelers. And Trenton Simpson now is your guy. He was the defensive signal caller for the first time with the Ravens. He's never done it anywhere in his career. And I thought he did really, really well. He led the team with 11 tackles and kind of showed the tools that he has and why the Ravens made him their third-round pick last year. Another thing I paid a lot of attention to, as you should be as well, is Zach Orr's defense. So the game, obviously the debut of his defense in its preseason form, clearly it's not going to be the final product that we see on the field in the regular season. And, of course, a lot of the top players on the defense did not suit up. They were not on the field. So it's really hard to kind of judge how that defense is going to look until we get into the first few weeks of the regular season. But overall, I thought the defense looked pretty good. They showed grit. They showed stinginess. All are highlights of Ravens defenses in the past. They held the Eagles to just 3.3 yards per play, 5 of 15 on third down, and, of course, they only allowed 1 touchdown. So good news there, at least from the outside looking in for the first game of the preseason for the defense. I mean, it could have been worse. The big concern I have here for the Ravens entering now preseason game 2 is at backup quarterback. Of course, Tyler Huntley is gone, still in the division, but he is in Cleveland now, signing as a free agent. And don't look now, but I don't know that he's going to make the Browns roster, 53-man roster. He's got a lot of talent ahead of him, especially after the Browns' first preseason game. Of course, Deshaun Watson's your starter in Cleveland. Jameis Winston will be your backup, signed a big-time backup quarterback free agent contract there. And Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to be your third quarterback there. I don't know where there's room for Tyler Huntley in Cleveland. And if he gets waived, cut, whatever, the way things are going in Baltimore right now with the backup quarterback position, he may be welcomed back into Baltimore with open arms. So that could be a possibility, and that might be the best case scenario for Baltimore at the backup quarterback position right now. Josh Johnson, the 2020 and the 2024 6th-round pick, Devin Leary. Neither of them looked very good, I thought, in the preseason game. Leary did lead the team to their only touchdown drive, but I think overall it was very disappointing to see both of these guys on the field, and it gives me great pause, great concern for what happens if something happens to Lamar Jackson. Knock on wood. Yeah, it's a wood desk. I can knock on it. It's good luck. So, again, the greatest possibility might be Tyler Huntley comes back to the Ravens here before the regular season starts, and that might be your second-string guy. How ironic would that be? But those are just some of the things that I noticed about the Ravens and their first preseason game against the Eagles. Again, don't sweat the 16-13 loss. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter one bit. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Find me on X at IndyCarTim. You can leave a comment here on the YouTube channel on FanStream Sports TV right under the video. I'd love to correspond with you about the Ravens and the upcoming season. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your predictions are as far as the season goes. Maybe let me know who you think is going to be the backup quarterback. But we'll do it again here later this week as the preseason rolls on in Baltimore. I'm IndyCarTim, and until next time, boys and girls, we'll see you.